Hello, Moonwalkers, and welcome to another episode of Moonwalk Talks.
All your energy into your finger. Throw it out like fire.
Welcome to Moonwalk Talks, the Michael Jackson podcast that searches out the facts, stories, and theories about the king of pop, the greatest entertainer of all time. You know who we're talking about, Michael Jackson. I am your host, Jenkins, the host who definitely didn't sit in bed all last week watching every season of Parks and Rec because I was dying from the flu. And by didn't, I mean I absolutely did. Still working on this voice. Please follow at Moonwalk Talks on Twitter and Instagram, and please don't forget to rate and review Moonwalk Talks on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. And to all those watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. I know it seems like such a stupid thing to do, clicking buttons and all that BS, but I don't think you know how much it means to me and Moonwalk Talks that you take the time out to do these stupid little things. It really does help the podcast and the channel. So thank you. So, on this bonus episode, that's right, 2 bonus episodes in a row. 2. I mean, normally you can't get me to put out an episode in like half a year, and now you got like 3 episodes in like a month period. You guys are spoiled. I'm about to do like no more episodes for like another 2 years. I'm kidding, I won't do that. Anyway, on this bonus episode, we interviewed Tom Goudsmit and Tristan Anderson, the director and producer of the documentary Moonwalkers. Moonwalkers is a modern documentary that follows the story of 3 Michael Jackson tribute artists on their journey to success in the land of Hollywood. The street performer trio consists of Quentin, Malachi, and Chevelle, I think I said that name right, who each represent a different era of the Michael Jackson timeline as they try their luck in the land where dreams come true. My old city of Los Angeles, I miss it. Right now, the filmmakers are running a Kickstarter to help finish up the film and get it ready for distribution. They are asking for just under $40,000, which isn't that much, and as of this recording, they are about halfway to their goal. So, for more info, you need to check out moonwalkers-film.com and at moonwalkersfilm on Twitter. So go to those. Yes. For now, here is my interview with Tom Goudsmit and Tristan Anderson. Can you tell the audience just a little bit about the documentary that you are working on?
Yeah, so the movie is already shot. It's already filmed. So you meet our 3 heroes. They live in kind of North California, and then they're going to come together, and then they go to LA to try and kind of break it into the industry, and they want to show their talents, and you kind of go on this pretty crazy LA experience with them. They meet lots of different characters and then have this different experience, but it's quite a bonding time, and then you end up kind of returning back to their homes, and then kind of what they've learned along the way and how they've changed and how the experience has kind of affected them.
So what was the process of filming like? I saw that you guys had been working on it for about 4 years, right?
Well, yeah, I started in 2013 in San Francisco, where I was working on another documentary, and then I met the guys performing on the street, because they're street performers originally, and then I ended up chatting with them and being a Michael Jackson fan. We just kind of got on, and they were nice guys, and we started filming, and then one thing led to another. We filmed a bit more, and then went back the following year. Is that right, Tristan?
Yeah, so Tom, being a savvy independent filmmaker, as soon as he saw the guys, he thought they would make a good story. Tom brought some footage back to the UK, showed us it, and then we thought, there's something more to these characters. There's a bigger story about aspiration, and we're very interested in seeing behind the lives of a street performer. Normally, you just get quite a brief 10 minutes or just even 10 seconds with them, but we wanted to see what their motivations were and aspirations were. So we went back a year later. They were planning on doing a first-time Hollywood LA trip to quote-unquote make it big. And I don't know if anybody's ever been to LA. You can have a fascinating, weird, wonderful, happy, depressing, jubilant kind of time there. And that was something we were hoping to kind of capture, and that's what we got when we did our first shoot. Lots of they had a kind of very interesting LA experience, meeting, famous people, having promises, having things put on the plate and maybe taken away.
And the whole time they're just as Michael Jackson's. Each of them is a different era. So when you're with the guys, it's a very bizarre experience because you're walking along the street with three Michael Jackson impersonators, and there's such love for Michael that things just happen. The film kind of can make itself because everywhere they go, there's some kind of reaction, and they're pretty hard performers. They'll perform for a good 2-3 hours without breaks, and they may only make a few dollars, but they keep on striving, and that's kind of where we're at with the film. We also went back another couple of times, and the Kickstarter's really to help us do one more bit of filming and to start the edit process, and obviously do all the legal side and the music and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So but we're really close. We've been working on this for 4 years, and we just need this last final push and support to get this film completed. It's kind of we're kind of there already.
So are you guys big Michael Jackson fans, or was it more that you were just intrigued by this story and Michael Jackson happened to be in it?
Well, I'm in my, late 30s, so we both are. We both grew up with Michael Jackson, all over the place, and I would dance with my friends. We'd have our own little dance routines, to like the Bad album, and then I kind of later got into his earlier stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, you can't grow up in that time in the 80s and not be a Michael Jackson fan.
True.
I would say.
I used to listen to Thriller on cassette on a red Walkman every night before I went to bed, and I was probably 9 or 10, and I would get scared at the last one of the last, I think it was the last side of the side A. Don't quote me, but and I'd get scared of the Thriller song. And I've got photo evidence of me in my room as a kid with a big Michael Jackson poster behind me. So if people need physical evidence, we can provide. We were fans, and as Tom says, growing up in that era, you can't help but be influenced and kind of inspired by it.
And even now, I mean, now Michael Jackson is becoming a bit more part of my life. You can't help but hear it all the time, all over the radio, all over television. He's infused in today's culture.
Yeah.
And that legacy, I don't ever see that legacy being surpassed in my lifetime. Maybe one day, but I just can't see it for a while.
Yeah. So have you guys had any contact with the Michael Jackson estate about your project at all?
So we've been pretty clear from the start that it's not an official MJ film. It's a film following three kind of contributors. Of course, if we can raise more money on our Kickstarter, then we will hopefully be able to license some Michael Jackson tracks. But at the moment, we've had little conversations about music via our music supervisors, but there's been nothing directly related. It's pretty clear when you watch the Kickstarter film and the small bits that we have out that it's really a story of these three young men who are trying to search for something, and actually underneath all of that, it's a film about the American dream and success and what that means and aspirations, and essentially like trying to find yourself with it, which I think most people in this day and age are trying to achieve or look for. We're all searching for something. It just happens to be with these guys that they've decided to dress up as the king of pop and perform on streets as their kind of outlet or something that helps them with their lives.
Yeah, I think you guys should be okay as far as the Michael Jackson estate is concerned. I don't know if you guys have seen any. I mean, these movies, I'm not comparing them to your movie. They're crazy off movies. And they'll feature like Michael Jackson, like this one I just saw recently called Return of the Moonwalker. Oh my geez. It was one of the craziest looking things I've ever seen. And yet they have a Michael Jackson person in there, and I don't think the estate even cares. So so I think you guys might be okay with that. But are you worried about them shutting it down at any point?
Well, we're pretty careful not to, go use any copyright, use any kind of music. We're pretty, cautious. Cautious about not explicitly putting anything out there that is kind of trademarks and all that kind of stuff. But you never know. They're a huge organisation.
Very litigious. Well.
We're just we're going along. We're two independent filmmakers. We're not. There's no negativity. I think it could be completely different if within our film we were making fun of the guys or making fun of the legacy, or in any way having kind of a negative look at the side of that story. But it's all positive, and it's all kind of up for debate about, as I say, the American dream and aspirations and kind of the nature of success and fame. We hope, we're not purposely doing anything to make money from the
Michael Jackson brand.
The brand, So and really, you could potentially, have the guys be any other iconic impersonator. And they would have a similar-ish journey. We could potentially do it with three Elvises.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have a thin one, an army one, and a fat one.
Yeah. Or as you've probably seen on the boardwalk down there in Hollywood, they got Batmans, they've got Supermans, they got everything. Yeah. So it definitely...
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, there's been a couple of documentaries in the past about the guys who hang out on Hollywood Boulevard, especially the Supermans, and
Yeah, that's right. I remember that documentary. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. And we've been in contact with other filmmakers who've made films with similar themes about lookalikes and impersonators, Bronx Obama, or there's ones like Nearly Almost Famous, which are impersonator ones, and all of them have said, generally we should be okay. And like they personally, when they released films, they were okay. So, fingers crossed, as we say in England.
Yeah. So have you reached out to any of the other, like, say, more established impersonators? Like, I know you guys have probably done your research already, but there's a guy, Navi, that was, he's from the UK. I know he does a lot in that area. I don't know if he's actually from there.
Yeah, he's English. Yeah, he's from England.
Oh, he is. Okay. And he was recently in that Searching for Neverland movie, which was a pretty big deal. Did you guys reach out to anybody like that to maybe get talking head points or anything for the film?
Yeah, I've reached out to I think every MJ tribute artist that I've heard of. I've probably reached out to over 100, and I've probably heard back from about 50. Some of the bigger ones like Navi and there's Ben Bowman. I think some of those haven't got back to me. I imagine they don't necessarily even answer their own messages, but a lot of the others have been really friendly, really supportive, really keen to share. Some kind of said they wish that they'd been in the film. They're like, why didn't you make a film about me? So if I finish this one, maybe we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Also, this one of the rewards on the Kickstarter, actually, you can have a video of yourself in the credits, so the end credits dancing. So if any of them, really want to be in the film, you can contribute, and then you can be in our Moonwalkers film. So.
And how much is it to if you have to donate for that Kickstarter to get that one?
I think it's 100 UK, something like $150.
Okay,
from the top of my head.
That's not bad. I think people could do that.
Can you be tempted?
Well, if I could dance to save my life, that's why I do this podcast. I can't even pretend to moonwalk.
Yeah, I hear. That's why I film. I don't dance as well. I rather shoot.
I, on the other hand, have got twinkle toes. One interesting thing is that at the end of the month, it's actually 30 years since the moonwalk was first ever performed by Michael.
That's correct.
So we've got a really nice kind of timing with the crowdfunder, and hopefully online there'll be a sort of small explosion of moonwalking fans and moonwalking supporters. Our one guy, Chevelle, who's in our film, I'm like quite blown away at his moonwalk. It's nearly flawless. So there's some video content that will come out of him during that anniversary that will come out. It's really hilarious because he's a very sweet character, and then he kind of does this amazing moonwalk. And first time I saw it, my jaw like hit the floor.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's very talented boy.
I can't wait to see it.
But yeah, generally going back, I mean, they have been very supportive, a lot of the tribute artists, and are like sharing it and letting us know. There's a few that I'm waiting to hear back from, so if they're listening, I hope they do. Get back in touch.
So, would you guys say that this movie is it's not mainly aimed towards MJ fans? It's more for the general public. Basically.
Yeah, there's a real hunger and love for good quality documentaries in the last few years. You can see that with the explosion of new commissioned films on Netflix and Amazon Prime, and especially broadcast in the UK and the US. Your HBOs, your Showtimes,
PBS,
your Hulus, your YouTube Red in America. They're all making new high quality documentaries. So, of course, anybody who has a love for MJ will hopefully be intrigued and will want to support and watch the film. But, we've been making documentaries ourselves for over 10 years, and, hopefully that it can be a film that can live on its own. So, film lovers, and, I want, the average viewer of a good film to watch it and enjoy.
But at the same time, it is filled with 3 Michael Jacksons for the whole time, and you're constantly with them on the journey. So, and they are dancing and singing, and so it is all MJ filled the screen. So, we are generally getting more of a positive feedback from the Michael Jackson community.
Well, some of the Michael Jackson fans, they can be a bit harsh, and some of them believe that impersonators can be a bit disrespectful. Are you worried about any of that kind of backlash from that side of the community?
Well, I think with any film you do, there's going to be people with strong opinions. So you kind of just have to sort of take it as it goes. There's competition, and there's healthy competition, and there's people who might, prefer the pure original, which is completely kind of acceptable. But it's all done with lots of love, and they're trying to be as true as possible. And when you meet the characters, the guys, hopefully you'll be endeared by them, and you'll be engaged with them. So there won't be any kind of malice. But of course, like with anything that you do, which has a strong character as a kind of connection, then you will have people. But we're filled with positivity here, so we'll hopefully can have those conversations with people and maybe even convince them. Interestingly, sometimes when we do talk to people, we've been to a few Michael Jackson conventions, and we start to talk to them about the project, and I can see in their eyes they're slowly thinking, I don't like this. But as soon as we've shown them small tasters or little video clips, or we've actually shown them the Kickstarter video, they have actually changed their mind, which I think is testament to the quality of like the filmmaking and how we're showing the 3 Michael Jackson contributors in our film. So I'd like to say if anyone's got some doubts, have a little look at our Kickstarter page, and then you can sort of make your mind up from there onwards.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, some people can look at it and get, I mean, compared to a lot of documentaries that we've seen about MJ, you guys is looking very, very good, very, very polished. Definitely excited to see it, because I know that sometimes movies and documentaries involving Michael Jackson, especially when impersonators are involved, they can come off as like unintentionally comedic. Are you worried about that happening at all?
I mean, I care about these guys. I know them personally. I think they were sweet. I was partly why I was drawn to them in the first place. So I don't think that will be an issue. I mean, look, there are some funny bits. The guys are
Funny guys.
They're funny guys, and they're lighthearted, and they joke around. And so there are times when you're maybe, you're laughing with them. Sometimes you're laughing a little bit at them. That happens in my day-to-day life. So there is that, because it is a kind of comedy buddy coming of age film. So yeah, it's, if it was all squeaky clean, it would probably be boring.
Yeah.
Frankly.
So I guess all in all, I'm sure you've already answered it, but what would you? I mean, all around, what do you hope to accomplish with this documentary?
Well, it's like with any project, you've got to kind of take it step by step. So our kind of number one focus is trying to get as many people to have a look at the Kickstarter page, and then hopefully to contribute or certainly share the production. And then we have small milestones where, hopefully if we raise the money, then that will allow us to edit the film, and then we can create something that hopefully the audiences will like. Potentially it can play at film festivals, and then it's certainly going to have a hopefully a big life online. There's a global reach for the subject kind of theme, and also, as I said before, with the kind of explosion of the online platforms like Amazon Prime and Netflix and Hulu, I really think that it's a film that can connect globally with as many people as possible. And we're kind of quite lucky in this day and age that it can be streamed directly into people's laps, at an instant. It's something that I think will work really well for your evenings viewing at home, streaming. That's kind of our main goal, is to have a distribution where we get as many eyeballs on it as possible, and hopefully many people who are fans of MJ can see the film.
And for me, I guess there's a couple of things. I hope it's something that the MJ community can embrace and enjoy, and maybe it will help spark a conversation about the roles of tribute artists and where they stand. But also, these guys were street performers, and I see those, you see those people all the time, and you kind of wonder what their life is, how did they get there, what was their path to here. And here we really delve into that. We look at their backstories, and then we go on a journey with them, and you get to really know them and understand their motives and how they got to where they are. And I think you then empathize with them and want them to succeed. And I think if people can come away with more empathy for people like that, who are putting themselves out there, who are brave, then I think that's a positive thing.
So we're aiming for $38,000 US on Kickstarter. I'm going to be donating as well, because I want to get one of those red carpet. Wait, where's the red carpet going to be at? Is it going to be in London?
I think we'll do one in London and one in California.
Okay, well then, because if I can do like the red carpet in LA, I think London might be a little too far for me. But
yeah,
but I'm definitely going to be putting in for that one. So what happens if, unfortunately, you guys don't make the goal on time? Are you going to do it again, or do you have a different way of releasing it to the public?
That's a great question. My girlfriend asked me that, and I would say, I'm not planning on not making the money. I have not made a plan of what if we don't get it, because I can't think like that right now.
True.
But I'm sure Tristan maybe has a bit more of a...
Well, I'm very similar. It's pretty much, it's an all or nothing type thing in this situation. So, we've got this far. We've been funding it ourselves for 4 years. We've been working on it pretty much independently without any backing apart from our own got each other's backs. So it's all or nothing. And we have to think positively to raise the money. I think it's possible. The community out there is really vibrant, engaging, and supportive when it comes to these kind of things. So, fingers crossed, as I said before.
Well, I will retweet and share every single thing that you guys post, and we'll definitely, because I want to see the movie. So all you people out there, if you want to see this movie, go give money, or else you will not see the movie. Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's all I can think of. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out to chat with me. Oh, is there any? Speaking of music licensing, is there any specific songs that you guys really want to see on the film?
If we could have, if money was an object and the estate was fine, I would love to have PYT, because I'd love to have Want to Be Starting Something, and maybe one other, but those two would be great.
That would be amazing. All right, well thank you guys again. I will make sure to put all. Thank you so much to Tom Goudsmit and Tristan Anderson for taking the time out to chat about their upcoming documentary, Moonwalkers. I think they have an extremely neat project here, and I am really excited to see it finish. So, once more, to help out the Kickstarter and to get more info on the film, go to moonwalkers-film.com and follow @MoonwalkersFilm on Twitter. And as always, thank you for listening to another episode of Moonwalk Talks. Please don't forget to rate and subscribe to Moonwalk Talks on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. And for those of you on YouTube, you know what we're doing here. You need to click that subscribe button. And you need to give this episode a thumbs up. And please follow @Moonwalk Talks on Twitter and Instagram. Or whichever one you use, or both. And if you have any questions, comments, or show ideas for me, please send an email to jenkins@jenkins.net. It's always a pleasure to hear from you. Once again, I have been your host, Jenkins. And don't forget, whatever happens, don't let it get you down. You need to keep the faith, and don't forget to smile.